So much FUD to deal with yesterday. Some guys are calling the news yesterday potentially bullish. We got other guys like Capo saying, well, it's the end now, and he was right all along. And then to add a little bit of spice on top of the CZ news, there was another Mt. Gox story coming again, threatening to sell all of these Mt. Gox BTC tokens and just rinse everybody else out. We've seen FTT, which is pumping, which is FTX. So everyone's scared of Binance. Now some exchange tokens might be moving. We've seen some money go into OKX as well. So it's all happening out there. But what I really want to look at today is just a couple of the basics like Solana, Phantom, Link, Render, XRP, those types of things. I want to just zoom out for you guys and show you that if we carry on going down, it's not the end of the world, because we're going to get some great entries on these things. So I just want to give you a bigger picture, because we have noticed that a lot of these altcoins are in actual downtrends. So right now, any pumps we're getting are technically ready to be shorted or to be TP'd until we start breaking trends and moving upwards again. So we just need to exercise a little bit caution and read the room a little bit. We need to understand the environment we're dealing in, because it's been an absolute nightmare the last few days for anyone trading big leverage. The spot guys haven't really bothered too much, but leverage traders, a lot of up down, a lot of up down. So we're going to talk about all of that shortly. Let's get right into it. Just want to remind you guys about the BTC bubble here on Banter Bubbles. If you click on the BTC bubble, you get to guess the price of BTC. Oh, sorry, I've lost that. You get to guess the price of BTC at the end of the year, 1st of January. And if you've traded 10 times on one of these exchange links here, you get a chance to win a full BTC. So don't forget, you log on to Banter Bubbles, you can guess the BTC price and take a look at any of those links that we have. There are links in the description as well of the show. So if you're looking for a new link, grab it over there and then guess the price. And we're gonna let us know in the chats what you guys are thinking. We're gonna talk about a price guesstimate here just now. I've got Ray sitting in the back there managing some chats for me. What's up, Ray? And I've got Bruce here as well, bringing up the rear there too. So the squad is here in the back. I see Ray's enjoying the beats as well. He's bobbing his head here for us. Guys, let's take a look at BTC and just see where we are. I've tried to break it down for you into a 1 hour range, just trying to really keep things simple here, and just try and get a picture as to what's going on for the day and what should we be expecting. So right now, BTC dipped down nicely into this region. We saw a second visit. There was a 618 floating just around this area, and they pushed us down into that region. So right now I'm tracking this trend. The bulls want to see this trend push up. The bulls want to see this move up to 38K. So we are, the bulls and us all want to see this move. We want to see this trend break. We want to see this push. But, we need to be aware that there are levels lower down they might want to send us. And if we do come and test this region again, it might not be as strong as it was before. We have had one big test of it already. We had a second test yesterday. So right now, lows to watch, 35,600 for the day. And then we do have a couple of other levels that are interesting. So these are potential stop zones on the way down, 35K, 34,500. And then I do have a cluster down here, lower down, which was quite a big daily level. We had a lot of candles sitting in this region for quite a lengthy time. So we might get a bounce down there if things do start really falling over. So what I've also looked at is some of these Lux Algo order blocks. And they are giving us a little bit of protection there as well on the 1 hour. And then we do have a little bit of extra here on the 2 hour for us as well, just giving us a little bit of support here for the bulls here in these regions. So eyes on these regions, 35,600, 35K, and 34.6 for now. So those are areas where we should get buy up if it does fall over. And considering what has been going on, BTC has been relatively strong, I would say. Bigger picture again, the bigger picture traders, the guys that bought spot a couple of months back and open their apps every now and again, they're looking at this saying, well, there's no issue as usual, business as usual, we carry on. They just watching the 618 that's been reclaimed here at this region, and they still looking at this 40K zone, which is still on my radar as well. I do want to see that push higher. Let's see who's here in the chats and what's going on here, guys. Moko says, yo, Dill, yo, what's happening? I see that Pyth has come to life. This PYTH has started moving now. We've had some decent moves. And I did see we had some disappointing Nvidia, well, excellent Nvidia results, but the market thought it was a little bit disappointing. So we're going to talk about that one too. And I did notice a massive bounce on the Dixie over here on the 200-day MA, which is one of the targets I was looking at when we, this was earlier this week. We were eyeing out this 200-day MA as a potential Dixie target, and here it goes, massive reaction. And, you know, perfectly fine. If it's dropping at some point, it does need to bounce. We can't be permanently in a straight line down. So let it push up higher. That might have a little bit of pressure or put a little bit of pressure onto some of the markets there. So just keep your eyes on that one. First resistance point for the Dixie is 104.5. So I've got my eyes on that one. Paolo wants to know if we're doing render. Yeah, render is on my radar. Very much let down for me. I was very bullish on render based on this Nvidia situation, and they came out with good results, but it seems like the market wanted a little bit more. So they are now still sitting at resistance, and I think the bears have been spared from getting squeezed out of their positions. So yeah, onto the next one for the bears. They might be okay now with this move lower on Nvidia. If what we're seeing now is anything to go by, there might be some more downside. So we'll watch how that plays out. And then a little update on the S&P 500. This is the weekly chart. Again, just piercing through these levels slowly. Nothing too exciting right now, but you know, we do want to see this big move. We want to see this happen. We want to see this become support and give us that nice push higher, and that's going to unlock a lot of things in the coming month or two. So yeah, we want to see that happen. We want to see that happen. Okay, let's take a look at the current altcoin situation. It's still, this is the total 3. This is the weekly on the total 3. This is looking at all the altcoins excluding BTC and ETH. And I love trading these altcoins so much. So this is something I like to watch all the time. And this 200-week MA has been something we've been talking about for quite a while now. And just before the session started, we were dipping below this 200-week MA. So my concerns here with regards to this the total 3 is that if we start closing this weekly underneath this 200-week MA, we are going to get some more downside, and these alts are going to bleed a little bit, and there is going to be a little bit more pain in the market. So right now we are looking at total 3 sitting on horizontal support. So again, we can't get too bearish on these support areas. But again, today I want to highlight for you a couple of the regular tokens. Obviously, we're not talking about some of the ones that we've been trading that have been going mad. I want to look at the regular guys for you and just give you a perspective as to what's going on from a bigger picture. And again, we need to read the room. We need to understand, as leverage traders particularly, when is the time to ape in? When is the time to go hard? And when is the time to take your foot off the gas and sometimes just sit back and let things play out a little bit? Because we were saying earlier, you know, in a month worth of trading, you often get a situation where you get 10 beautiful days for leverage traders if you are bullish, and you start taking those longs and things start ripping. But then sometimes things need to settle down and these altcoins turn over. And if you want to keep your profits, you know, you have to know when to put your foot on the gas and when to sit back a little bit and just be a little bit patient. BB says take profits. He's 100% right. Matthew says, no pain, no gain. The life of a leverage trader, no pain, no gain. Sometimes lots of pain and no gain. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to take you through some of these now, and then we're going to look at all of your charts, obviously, and we're going to do a recap of the scale that I called about a week ago. I was talking about a gasless solution for gaming tokens, and the scale thing is absolutely ripped. And I jumped out of that thing so early, and it's gone 150% or something. So we're going to look at that one too. But the first one I wanted to show you guys, I know there's a lot of Sol fans here. So let's start with Sol as our first project and just get an idea as to what's going on. Bigger picture stuff. If we zoom out on Solana, it's very easy to see that 48 is a level of interest for any types of pullbacks. And it's not even being a little bit unreasonable, saying, you know, we've broken out. The bulls have pushed this thing. We've broken out. Let's look for a nice support pullback region where we could get some good entries. And if you identify on these weekly charts, and you'll see on a lot of your charts that you're looking at as well, identify clusters of these weekly areas where we've got this resistance, and that more often than not, is going to form a nice support base for you if we do get these pullbacks. So weekly for Sol, I think if you're a little bit patient, we might get this opportunity at call it 46 to 48. That is a region of interest. And then really lower down, bigger picture, I've got to bring it to your attention because it's here. We're looking at something around about 38. So mark these levels on your charts. You never know, guys, in the dead of the night, we get these dumps and these things fall over. You're not paying attention. You've got these levels on your charts. Maybe you want to have some sneaky buys in these areas just in case you get those wicks, because we know when these altcoins dip, sometimes it's a very quick move to the downside, and then they grab a couple of orders and they send it along. And in a bull market, you sometimes don't get too many opportunities. So keep your eyes on these two levels. I've got a dialed in version as well for you, just to clear things up a little bit. So this is Solana again. This is Solana on the 4 hour. So we noted this week we were getting the head and shoulders, Matic, FTM, Solana, a lot of these coins, we were getting this head and shoulders play out, and we were looking at areas of interest. And the first one we marked yesterday was the 618 region and trend. And what happened with Sol, it was sitting on a 786 here, and it eventually collapsed, and it pinged the 618 and trend absolutely perfectly. So what I want to say now is we are clearly in a downtrend. Solana is, you can see it's got this downtrend over here, and we need to be cautious in these areas. So if Sol does want to push higher, we need to understand that this is now a resistance area, and because we are potentially now in this downtrend, we might be looking at lower levels. So if we do get this rejection at trend, what happens? These things generally drop to the next area. Okay, and the next area is bang on this 46 and 48 region that I was showing you on that weekly chart. So if we do get this downtrend, that is something we're looking at. And if we get a solid bounce here, this is the region I feel where we might get our bullish kick and continue. And you can see a little trend there, rejection as well. So we could get that break, rejection on the old trend, pullback, and then we can send it. So I just want to bring this to your attention as a hot zone for Sol. So if we zoom out one more time on this region, this 46 to 48, and we just look on the weekly bigger picture, you can see it actually makes perfect sense. It's quite a nice little soft zone there to look for entries on Sol. Tag wants to know about Link. I'm bringing you guys Link as well. Nia, I wasn't on my plan today, but we're going to look at a lot of your other tokens. 𝗕𝗵𝗴 says it's resting. 𝗕𝗵𝗴 is resting. Let me know what that means. And apparently 𝗕𝗵𝗃 is printing for Kenneth. Well, Kenneth, lovely. We can take a look at 𝗕𝗵𝗃 as well. My next token I want to give you guys is Render. I was super bullish on this one yesterday on these Nvidia results. And yeah, got very disappointed with Render. This is Render on the weekly. And again, if we take a look at the last time Render was this bullish, it was a move from January 23. And keeping things really simple, we pushed up into this area. We had quite a few bullish weeks. It ran to May, to the highs, and it pulled back and it just retraced off a 618. And if we take a 618 pull from this low, from August, September, earlier this year, and we push it up there and we look for a 618 retracement, we are looking at Render at around about 2.2. So this is a potential hot pullback zone for Render on the weekly chart. And again, this is perfectly acceptable to look at something in a rising channel or a trend along those lines. And you know, if we do get that pullback, don't be surprised if that happens. Things are necessarily not bearish. They are still bullish at regions like that. So just understand that this market might want to breathe a little bit. And if it does, you guys now know where the hot zones are. So let's take a look at a zoomed in version of Render here on the 8 hour. And pretty much a similar picture, and this is more suited, you know, to the spot traders and things like that. They like these weekly things. The leverage traders and the minor leverage trader guys, they want to see pictures like this. And this is how we build these areas of interest, and this is how we build these levels. And if you are looking for Render positions, this is your first region right here, this 382 at $3. So that is a hot zone number one. So if you are looking to build positions and things like that, these are areas you want to be looking at. The next hot zone for me, Render, 2.6. Okay, you can see we've got a nice tie, and we've got a 618, we've got some horizontals, and then we've also got the mothership lower down at 2.2, and you can see it's the 50-day MA tying in with this horizontal region as well. So these are three major levels here for Render where you can look at grabbing positions. And remember, if there is a downtrend, it's going to look something like this. And if you're gonna get these bounces, and you're potentially gonna get these rejections, you're gonna get these bounces, you're gonna get these rejections. At some point, one of these supports is the buy that you are gonna get that's gonna send Render back to these highs. So just remember and play this downtrend carefully, and backup systems. If you are sitting on a horizontal support and you're not feeling comfortable about it, there's no rush. You don't need to enter it. You can wait for a trend break. You can see there's a clearly defined trend, and we can get it going. Macro seems to like the music. Thanks. Hugo wants to see graph. Don's liking the music. Ray, are you still liking the music?
I'm digging it. It could be a little loud, but I'm digging it.
Is it cool? Do you want it louder, Ray?
No, it's a little loud.
Okay, we'll turn it down. We'll turn it down. I'm going to turn it down one notch for you guys. Ray's not happy with the music. We got to keep Ray happy with the music. Okay, there we go. We don't want to upset Ray there. Mustn't be upset. Okay, so the next token I've got is Link. And again, I've got multiple pictures here for you. And just to give you some perspective again as to what we are dealing with and what we're looking at with Link. Anything is possible in crypto. Never say nothing's going to happen. As much as I want to say Link is not going down to $9, I've seen anything like this happen in crypto where, they'll send you to the depths of hell before they reverse you. So just remember, nothing's impossible in crypto. So areas I want to bring to your attention for Link right now on the weekly. This is a hot zone, 13.3. This is a great area. If we are starting a downtrend, you might be looking at something along these lines. So just keep that in mind. The next hot zone for Link, 12 on the button here. We've got a 382 and we've got weekly action here. You can see I've identified these weekly candles over here. You can see this is a reaction zone for us. So anywhere around 12.2 to 12.4 is the next hot zone for Link. And then if the wheels come off on Link on the weekly, this is a major region, this 9 level. So look, I don't want to say it's not going to happen, but keep a sneaky limit order in there somewhere around 9 for Link. So if things start collapsing, that's where you want to be. There's a lot of shouting here about 𝐴𝐵. Looks like something we need to get involved in. Okay, we're going to take a look. Vishal wants to know about WorldCoin. Yes, we saw on WorldCoin, which we call wild in this house, there was a nice inverse head and shoulders. It was looking quite bullish. So let's update that WorldCoin today as well. Let me add it to my list. And then guys, Bonk got listed on Binance today. So we need to look at this Bonk coin and see how that's going to affect things with the Binance listing. I still like Bonk for a bull run. I think the timing, we can get that timing right when the meme coins want to start coming to the party. And we're going to do a meme coin session for you. So we're going to take a look at Bonk today quickly though, and just see how things are affected. Guys, let me get to the next Link play here. This is Link on the 12-hour. Again, I've just broken it down quite simply for you, just to give you a picture as to what's going on. And you get these downtrends, then you get these moves higher, then you get your next downtrend, and so. Again, play level by level. Look at these areas. You can see we are in a confirmed downtrend now with Link. Let's see how we respond here. But if we do start going lower, I've highlighted this zone here. This is this 12.2 region that we were talking about on that weekly chart, and you can see it makes perfect sense. If it does dip down there, that could be a very nice buy area for Link, and then we can always ride it up and play that game. And at any point in time, if these trends start breaking, that gives us the opportunity for our next move. So don't feel like you're ever missing out by being patient. Being patient is also an art. It's very difficult to not be in a position if you are a trader. You're always looking for something, and sometimes just have a little bit of patience, wait around. When the time is right, you can ape in, and we can really take advantage of these things. The next one I've got is Matic. And this is Matic on a weekly. I just wanted to give you some perspective again as to what's going on. A lot of the time we spend time dialed in to these 1-hour candles and we lose track of what is actually happening here. And this is Matic downtrend on the weekly. You can see we've had a clean break of this weekly downtrend. This was a major zone. We broke the 200-day MA over this region and the trend. We popped higher and perfectly retesting now into this trend, 200-day MA and 618. So these type of areas get me super excited. And again, perfect retest. If you guys are trading 15 minutes and you're trading trend breaks and retests, well, here's an example on the weekly, and it's going to have a lot more power than a 15-minute retest, I can assure you. So what I'm looking at here for Matic, look at this, the way the 200-day and the 50-day are squeezing into each other here, and the 618. If we get this move down here, that's a buy zone for me for Matic all day at 0.68. So that is something exciting to look forward to. If we start losing those MAs, I think the market is in a complete mess. But for me, I'm buying Matic here at 0.68. So that's a hot zone for me. If I were you, I would put those alarms on, those dead of the night alarms, those dead of the night limit orders that you could possibly look at. And then here is Matic again on a zoomed in version. For the guys that like 8 hours, we can also dial in a little bit more, but this is the current situation. So when we are in a downtrend with these guys, we look for these pumps. We look for these pumps where we can TP, or we look for these pumps where there are potential shorts at play. And what we were discussing earlier, there is now a second potential short brewing on Matic. And how would that play out? Well, that would play out into a pump, into a trend or a resistance area, and you can see what we've got here. We've got a 382, we've got horizontals, and we've got a trend in this area. And if we pull this out as well, and we grab this trend line over here, you can see we do have a downtrend in play. So there's a potential short brewing on any strength in Matic, or just a potential TP. For those of you that are long, that is where you want to be de-risking, but there is a potential move brewing for Matic. So look for any pushes into this type of region, the 382, the horizontal. And if you are shorting that, remember, you are shorting it into a very big region, 68, 69. It's going to be a tough nut to crack, but there is a potential 12% move brewing here for Matic. So again, if we do get some strength in these altcoins, look for a reaction in this area. You can see why this makes sense. We've got trend here, we've got trend over there, we've got horizontals, and we've got 382s. So the scalpers there, potential short brewing here for Matic. Delinquent says sold looking juicy. Let us know. Let us know. Are you long? Are you short? What are you doing there? And yes, we are going to look at PYTH. I hope I'm saying it right. Let me know if I'm getting that one right. We did see earlier that it was moving a little bit. Okay, the next one I've got for you guys is XRP and Phantom. And again, just same story. Look at this FTM. We know FTM can pump. FTM does give us some moves when we want, and you can see we've had a massive move. They gave us a 56% pump from when we broke through that horizontal. When was that? That was in end of October. So we know that it's perfect timing to get a little retest now. And if you look at Phantom, it looks perfectly reasonable to get some kind of pullback into this 200-day MA, 50-day MA trend, 618 and horizontal. So for me on the weekly, Phantom is a hot buy zone there, especially for the spot buyers and things like that. If you can grab an entry there somewhere around 0.25 on Phantom, I would say it's a pretty decent DCA zone there. And leverage traders as well, that's a pretty decent long in my opinion there. Okay, Neeraj really wants me to look at ape. Okay, let's put the brakes on. Neeraj, let's look at ape for you quickly, bro. Let's get this going. We're gonna skip through this PYS. Let's get ape going here, guys. You're shouting at me like this in the chats. We must make it happen. Oh, there it goes. Okay, this is ape on the 1 hour. I'm assuming you are long there. He's been screaming at us. Okay, so this looks decent. Okay, let's look at some areas of interest here. We want to look at areas of resistance, areas of reaction, those type of things. The 1 hour traders, look here, you've broken through horizontal. Okay, so that's a good sign. So that is a horizontal break. So things look decent over there. What you want here, you want this to be confirmed now as support. Okay, so careful, this isn't just a fake out. You want to make sure this is support now for that push higher. So eyes on that. If you are long, who was that? Neeraj. If you are long, you want to look at stops under this candle, 1.37, and you want to look at stops under that region. Depends on your leverage, depends how you're playing this and what your strategy is. But yeah, we've got a break. So we've broken this horizontal. Make sure that there is some kind of support there. And then you can look for that push higher, and then just careful. Look out for resistance areas ahead. You can see there's some action over there. So look out at call it 1.46. Look out at that region. But yeah, well done if you did catch that one. Okay, let's jump back into Phantom, just to finish what I was telling you about. So Phantom, guys, again, big area, 0.25, love that area. And if we zoom out again, same story with Phantom, zooming in, head and shoulders played out. We got that head and shoulders signal there. Looked super bearish, started dipping. It was sitting on a 786, just like Solana. They were both playing the same game. And now we've dipped down horizontal. What did they do in the middle of the night? They pinged us 618 and horizontal here for Phantom. And not a great reaction so far. So that also makes me wonder if they do want to send us lower. And then if they do send us lower, you know the region here. We've got the 200-day MA, we've got the 50-day MA, we've got the 618 region, and we've got horizontals here at the 0.25 region. So if we do get a push higher on Phantom, don't be surprised if they reject us and they send it lower. Okay, so just keep that on your radar, because we are essentially now in a downtrend until proven otherwise. So don't be surprised if we do get pushed up there, that they do want to reject us. Dan says only 20% likes. Guys, come on. We can do a lot better than that. Raymond, what's the situation there? Are they not liking us hard enough?
I dropped it in the comments. Give me a second. I'll let you know how many likes we have.
Okay, guys. XRP, I promised you XRP as well. And same story. This is XRP on the 12-hour. We do have a hot zone moving in, and I'm going to show you why I think it's a great zone. This is one chart I've got for you, XRP 12-hour. So very simple, very clear to understand here. We have a downtrend on XRP. It's obvious, okay? We've got these rejections here all the way down. We can play this downtrend until it breaks. So what I'm suggesting here is right now we did get a bounce on the 50-day MA, but expect some kind of rejection here at trend. If we do get this trend rejection, expect the next move. Every time we get a push up, they send us down. We get a push up, they send us down. We get a push up. It's probably safe to assume we might get another push down. And the area I like here on XRP is 0.54, and I'm going to show you what's hot here. We've got the 200-day MA pushing up lower down. We've also got the 200-week MA pushing up over down here. And then we've got 100-day MA clustered in that area. So you tell me XRP is going to break through that thing, I won't believe you. But for me, 0.54, if you get this dump and we get a move lower, 0.54 tied in with 786 fibs, horizontals, 5 billion moving averages at 0.54, I'm telling you, we're going to get some kind of reaction there. And that might be the bounce we're looking for that tees off the next phase of the alt run. Okay, so that is what I'm looking for on XRP. So I'm banking on these strong areas. And again, the charts I've shown you now, there's hundreds of them. Depends on the tokens you're watching. But I'm banking on these heavy areas to perhaps be the start of the next phase of these altcoins moving up. And if it does break before that and starts breaking trends before that, well, guys, we're going to catch those anyway. We're going to be back here trading these 15-minute candles again. We're going to be catching those breakouts regardless. But just put these areas on your list. Get some sneaky limit buy orders set. Be ready for it, because often it happens very quickly and you only get one chance, and you'll look back 20 minutes later and it's already pumped 6-7% and you've missed that opportunity. So get those on your charts. And yeah, good luck out there with those tokens. And yeah, now I want to look through some of yours. Let's ask Bruce also. Bruce, are you involved in any trades at the moment?
I'm in a couple, but I've got a surprise if we get enough likes.
Okay, head of likes, Bruce. Okay, I'm taking Bruce off for a couple of minutes. Bruce, quickly tell me, how many do we need?
Let's take a look. Actually, I don't know. I'm just saying is that there was a token that we used to be known for all the time, and
say no more. Say no more.
I can say is that, you know.
Okay, Ray, keep us posted there on our likeage. Let me know when we need to fire it off.
We're at 330.
We're at 330. No, that's
come on, guys. Let's get that to 600, please.
That's not enough. That's not enough. You know, Bruce has got some banging setups, guys. You know this. Okay, let's look at Bonk, because that's also quite topical at the moment. So there was a listing on Binance today, I believe. Let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on. Not much bonkage. Okay, so still a little bit quiet. Let's just try and dial in with Bonk. So, you know, from my experience, when they list these things on exchanges, it always gets a little bit tricky. It does help later on when the market is absolutely pumping. But yeah, not much of a reaction from what I can see so far today. But Bonk is definitely going to be on our radar. And you can see right now we do have a little channel. So just, yeah, track the channel up. Quite simple. Quite a nicely little defined trend as well. You can see what's going on here. Once we lose that trend, you know the story. Things are looking a little bit bearish there. I would say track it to the highs. And let's look for some trend support here. Let's see what we got. So yeah, 382. It's trying to reclaim this 382 at 43.2. And then your 618 is at 399. So that could be a nice reaction area as well, to send it a little bit higher. Strangle the like button. Hey, Delinquent says strangle that like button. That's a first for me. I haven't heard that one. Okay, guys. So what is the next one? WildCoin, WLD. Okay. Otherwise, in other countries known as WorldCoin. In this house, it's WildCoin. Let's see. Wow. Here we go. So here's our inverse head and shoulders we were talking about. Yeah, looking good so far. This is resistance area, so eyes on this region. Okay, once we get that pop, you can see we've got a resistance zone over here, that wick high. So expect maybe a rejection there, 2.7. Then look for that confirmed support, and then we could get going. This is quite a bullish setup. So thanks for bringing it to my attention here. So this is WLD on the 4 hour. So just give it a little bit more time. You want to see it get some support in this 2.6 region. So remember, if you're longing this thing now, you are longing into resistance. You need to understand that. Okay, it needs to pop up. Maybe you can dial in even on lower time frames, 15-minute candles perhaps. You want to dial in. You want to make sure it's confirming some support before you get stuck into this thing, because you know these tokens, they can reverse on you quite quickly. So just be careful out there. But yeah, 2.6 WLD, that is support you need to go. Many wants to know about algo. Yeah, we can do some algo. I'm just writing a note here for you. Okay, let us know, guys. What else we got? Rising Moon wants BLZ. Ray, what's our likeage there for Bruce's secret trade? JB Pitt says donkey punch the like button.
We need 200 more from
guys. 200 likes. 200 likes and Bruce is coming in hot. Let's look at PYTH because that's been moving today. Oh, and yeah, this is DYX, guys. Yesterday we spoke about DYDX. We had that nice little 618 here. Just a reminder, 618 horizontal, playing its part again. Nice 618 reaction. For those of you that didn't buy the support buy, you do get the trend. And this is a classic example of what I'm talking about. If you do get that trend break, they often come back and they retest it. So what happened here, we broke trend, no panic, let it come back, retest in that area, and then send it. So just be patient. And again, there's always two options to enter a trade. That's solid support region, and then you can always buy it on that break and retest of these trends. Okay, let's get this PYTH going. Okay, this thing it's moving, looks good. On Banter Bubbles, it was looking quite hot, 30.9% up today. It doesn't look like 30% on this chart, but I suppose, yeah, in fact, it is. So what you're going to do here with PYTH, you're going to look for some horizontal areas. You want to see where do you exit if things turn south? How deep is your risk? Those type of things, that's what you really want to look for, especially the leverage guys. You've got to look for your solid areas where you could possibly get out or get support. Look, if this thing's going to get momentum, it's probably going to flag something along these lines. But what I would say is watch this area. If it does pull back, look at this region here, 0.37. So you want to see support hold 0.37. But if it does decide just to continue up, you might want to just bang in one of these rising trends and play that. So you're either going to play this flag and you're going to wait for that pop if it wants to go for round 2, or if it does start breaking down, you're going to look for the support at 0.37. So what you can do here is dial in a little bit more and take a look at that thing, but just be careful. You know, these candles are going to be big. And if you start entering and you start buying tops of candles, these moves are big. This is an 8% candle we're looking at right here. So really play safe there, play very carefully. Okay, I've got some requests for Rune. That's a good one. Let's pull up Rune, and we've got Algo and BLZ, and we've still got Bruce's secret sauce coming in hot.
Yeah, when these guys finish smashing the likes, we can get Bruce on, please.
Guys, hit the likes for Bruce here. We've got a setup brewing right now. I want to pull up the correct chart for you. I had a Rune chart set up. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is Rune on the 1 hour. It has been a mover, so notable that it's a mover. Let's look at this thing. So David was shorting Rune, or looking at a Rune short, and this will explain why. So just like we explained with Matic, we saw FTM and we saw those things pushing up into these areas. You've seen Rune has had a massive bounce. So they dipped us last night into this region, and it's had a 21% bounce. Okay, at some point these things slow down a little bit, get a reaction, those type of things. And we were talking just now in the live in Sniper Club at a possible short setup here in this region, and you can see why it's starting to make sense. We do have a trend, we do have horizontals. So bulls, if you are long here, you are longing into horizontal and you are longing into trend resistance. So all I can suggest for the bulls is you either want to wait for a pullback into this region. Okay, you can see that horizontal tied in with a fib, that's 5.6, or you need to be patient now with Rune. You need to let it pop up. You want the support confirmed. You want it to be like just like the good old days. When was that? 5 days ago, where that was support. So you want it to pop up, get some support there, and then you can ride that one up. So just be cautious here. If you're bullish here on Rune, you are at resistance. You've got to let it break, get it some support, and then you can send it higher. Otherwise, if we reject here, the first line or the first region you're going to look at a bounce is 5.6. Okay, so that is how you need to play this thing. Right now, this is bear country. So any pushes up, the bears might be looking for shorts in this region. So just be careful out there, guys. Okay, we've got requests for fetch. We've got requests for space. Yeah, we spoke about space yesterday. I think we need to see where that is. Oh, and there's this other ridiculous coin that I was speaking about the other day after Hustle's show. Well, firstly, let's look at the scale one. So this is the one I was speaking about the other day, the gasless gaming, the gaming platforms where they're moving their games off Ethereum because of the gas fees and moving into these types of chains. And Scale was one of them. I had no idea it was going to blow up this type of level, but we did grab it. I think we were down here in this region, the 0.03. So if you managed to hold on, somebody tagged me today and said shot for the trade, and I completely forgot about this. This thing's done 112% since we spoke about it. So, but you can see it's a little bit volatile up here, so just take it easy now. Another one that's blown up is this dog game, Dogamy. Let's see where this one is now. This thing absolutely blew up today. I'm not sure what's going on here, but yeah, somebody might have bought the top there at 0.078, but we were looking at this one in this region. Where was this? 0.015, I think we were. So yeah, that's where we were looking at on this one. This thing is now popped. So I would say this one is gone for now. I wouldn't do anything here. Stay away for now if you didn't get that one. There is a potential support zone brewing here, 0.027. So this is that I was talking about D race the other day. They were racing horses and all sorts of things. This is a dog game where they're racing dogs, something along these lines. But there's clearly something going on here. But just be careful here. You can see what's happened with this candle. I would definitely stay away for now. Let it come back and settle. XNA is unstoppable. I wonder what XNA is. Delinquent wants to marry that like button. It must be a hot like button though. Let's see how that goes. ETH BTC is breaking out according to Martina. Let's take a look at ETH USD. Okay, so this is the same situation. You know, we keep getting excited, and I don't want to get excited until ETH breaks this trend. So ETH again showing good strength today. You know, maybe who knows why today in particular it's showing strength. There could be a million reasons, but you know, it's looking a lot better. I saw VET and DOT moving with ETH, looking very similar. But we want to break this trend. I don't want to get excited about ETH until we've broken that trend, got some support, and then pushed higher. So for me, you know, we've been here before. This is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've been here 7 or 8 times. Every time I got excited, we just got disappointed. So wait for ETH to break this trend. We really want the support now at this 2000 region. It must confirm support for us, and then I think we're on. You know, then maybe there's a different game plan for these altcoins. So baby steps here. ETH is still at resistance and at trend resistance too. Let's just look at this ETH BTC chart. Okay, so that is pumping. That's quite nice. That's very nice. Okay, nice to see this for a change. This is good for the altcoin guys. Okay, so we've been tracking this one for ages. This is ETH BTC on the weekly, and this was always a hot area. You could see this hot cluster of support here. We did dip into that region, didn't lose it, and now ETH is trying to reclaim the 50-day MA and the 200-week MA. So that is quite exciting, but our target is 0.06. So let's see what happens if we get this push. If we do get this push, it's going to be quite nice. We might get a nice move there. Let's see what happens at resistance. But yeah, that's thanks for pointing that out, Martina. That's great. Okay, I'm getting told GRT is breaking out. Shall we jump into that? Ray, how's our likes?
Man, we're almost there. They're just slacking. We need 70 more likes. Jesus. Come on, guys. Just smash the like. I know you guys are pressing long and short on the exchange, trying to put your entries in.
They're pushing buttons. They're pushing buttons. Listen to Delinquent. He says, marry the like button. Okay, so yeah, so GRT, so there was a comment here, GRT breaking out. It depends on what time frame you're watching, but look, this is a very exciting situation here. We've got ETH pumping, nice, but it's at resistance. We've got GRT pumping, but it's at resistance now. So again, same story. You just got to be a little bit patient here. You are now at a resistance area. If you're trying to long altcoins now, you are effectively longing them in resistance. So you need to just be cautious here. This is a resistance area. Again, if you dial in, you want to see GRT get some kind of support going here at 0.14 before aping in. If you're buying at resistance, your risk to the downside is at least this candle here, 0.13, and then the previous one at 0.12. So you need to understand your risk when you're longing into resistance. It's potentially a 12% move down. So just keep your eyes on that. But yeah, 100% there must be a breakout here on GRT, especially in the lower time frames. Let's take a look. Let's get you a clean chart. And remember, these altcoins have pumped the whole day. Remember, dumped last night. They've been pushing the whole day. So GRT is already 13% up today. So if you are climbing into GRT, you've missed the first 13%. So just remember that as well when you are planning your trades and your setups. What we can do for the 15-minute guides is dial in a little bit and just give you a picture as to what's going on. So if you do get these pullbacks, you need to watch these areas very carefully. And that's assuming that things are going to stay bullish, obviously. And you just want to look for clusters where you're going to get reactions and those type of things. Okay, so I wouldn't look much lower than 0.137. Look at that area for pullback zone for GRT. If it starts losing that, you might be on your way down to deeper and darker things there on GRT. You can see a little double top at resistance. Remember, 15 minutes, different story, but you can see they've sent it up once. They've tried again. Potential bearish sign here on GRT, so just be careful. Lena, let's go Lena and BLZ. Okay, so we can immediately see Lena is trying to reclaim the 50-day MA after that move lower. This has been choppy. This thing has been very choppy. I mean, probably the least exciting altcoin in history right now. I I remember this is a Chinese token from what I understand, and when they do get in the right frame of mind, they're going to pump this thing. So don't not have this on your watch list. Yeah, what I can give you right now, support 0.096. That's what you have to work with there. Looks like they're trying to hold it up. This is the 12-hour, so it's pretty big candles. And then track your downtrend. Got your trend. Okay, so you've got your support buy, you've got your trend, and again, if we dip lower, just like we were looking at with the ones I showed you at the beginning of the show, you look for your next area, and you know that we are potentially in a downtrend. So if it does reject, don't be surprised if they want to send you lower. Okay, so if we do get that, don't be surprised if they do that, and then we maybe get our bull market moves back. So and again, if you late to the party, you've always got this. Okay, remember, so Lena can break this 50-day MA, it can break the trend, and then you're still going to want to see it come back and retest. So you might have a situation like that quite easily, where it comes back, test that horizontal, test the 50-day MA, nice little base for you, and then you're cooking, then you're on your way. So don't feel like you're missing out. Just be patient, watch your charts, watch your trends, watch your big levels. Peace No War likes the tune, hopefully. Nice. Shirk is shouting AVAX at me. Uni is moving. So yeah, we saw a lot of DeFi stuff reacting today to some of the CZ news. Okay, so we're popping into resistance area. Okay, so this is an old chart, but again, you can see how this was set up. So yeah, right now, Uni 17% move off the lows. And just so you guys know how we play these things, you get your resistance areas. Resistance, what does it do? It breaks, retest, goes up, retest again, up, retest. I mean, this is quite insane, actually. But nice support here for Uni, 4.8. And now this is our first serious test of this area. So let's see how we go here, but this is decent, 5.7, and Uni was forgotten about for so long. But you know, we still have some work to do here on this candle. I think we can close this candle out quite quickly if it does pop. So look for a reaction at 6.3. Let's just highlight this here. This is a nice rejection area. So if it does climb higher and you are long Uni and it does start ripping more, your next TP is 6.4. That's your area. So if you are not long, I mean, I wouldn't recommend jumping into a long right now on Uni at resistance. You can see why. You want to confirm supports in these areas. And again, same story. You can dial in on the 15 minutes. So look, now that things are popping off, let me give you a quick 15-minute example here on Uni again. You want to look for trends, you want to look for supports, you want to look for areas where, if it pulls back, where you can buy safely as a bull if you're making the assumption that it's going to rip through this area. So you look at your horizontals, you look at your support regions, where can it potentially bounce if it breathes, if it gets a pullback, and you can see how we highlight these zones. So these are potential zones to pay attention to. There was load shedding in South Africa. That's why everything just went very dark there. Forgive me for 1 minute. I need to get my charts back up. Well, now's a good time. We'll bring up Bruce. Bruce, you want to give us our trade?
Sure. Well, it's not just a trade. It's way more important than that, my friends. You guys remember the most popular token we had here on the show for ages and ages? TOMO? Oh, hold on. And shall we take a look?
Send us some TOMO. Send us some TOMO.
I'm going to send you on TOMO. Bring my chart up.
I'm adding you to the screen.
Guess what, everybody? TOMO is back. It was, just as a reminder, we traded TOMO, made a boatload of money on it for a couple months, and then TOMO changed their mission to be more Web3, socially conscious, and then they delisted across all the exchanges. They're now back as 𝗵𝐸, and it looks like they had this is when they delisted right there, but it just got relisted on MEXC, and we are now back in business. It is climbing up into this region right over here. It's not ready for trade yet, but what I'm looking for on TOMO is, and this is really exciting, is a retracement back down into this area, support area. It looked like it had a lot of rejection there, so there's a lot of people shorting it right from that area. But I would love to see TOMO pull right back down onto support, which is the 618 area, and take a pump up into that other region. So we've got a little bit of time, but it seems to be kind of, if you kind of follow a trace right here, it seems to be on a downward trajectory. So I would wait till this to come back down towards the 618 right there. The 𝗕𝗏s pull from the bottom to the top, 618 right on that marker there, and we'll go for long. This might take another day to play out, but this could be a Thanksgiving present to all of us. So I'm really excited that we
So
might
is
make
it
this
still
back.
called TOMO?
No, it is called VIC. VIC. Yeah, that's the thing. So this is really great.
New close.
I have another one, though, that actually is a little closer, which is LTT, which a couple people are asking for. Simon turned me on to this one yesterday, and I actually did a spot buy on it. But it is forming a bull flag right there. It had a really huge pump. So I got into it back over there. I got into it around here.
Is this LITT the one we spoke about yesterday, the gaming?
Yeah, LTT basically came up. It's forming a bull flag. I'd make sure that it stays consolidated above the 382 right over there, and let it pump from there. Now, notice something, guys. Talk about hashtag science, right? Notice how I drifted from there to there. The 382 at a major support level. The 618 at the other support level. The 786 at another support level. This stuff is so consistent. So hopefully we stay at or above this 382 right over there. Let it consolidate for a little bit. And then you can either try and grab a snarky entry right there, like a small little position down here, right at the 382. You can then add on to it when it breaks trend, and then you can go your full position if it stops and retests for the next leg up. So that's one I'm really excited about right there, because that could be a nice trade.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Rich says the market seemed to be healing. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we do have a little bit of breath in the markets here. Let's just do a quick BTC update before we get into the next one. Let's just see where we are. So
yeah, I actually just got a ping that Bitcoin was starting to push up against my trend line. So
yeah, so here we are. So BTC pushing that trend line that we're watching. So the bulls, we want to see this break. We want to see the push higher to 38. We're tired of this up down business. Let's look at dominance. So dominance is clearly going to be coming down if these altcoins are pumping like this and BTC's hardly moved. So always take note of that. Look how dominance is dropping here so nicely. So this is a good one.
That's good.
And look for areas where dominance could potentially react on the way down. This is the 50-day MA. Look out there. So there could be some more downside on dominance, and the more the dominance drops and the more BTC floats around, well, the better for these altcoins. So again, if these altcoins start pumping, we showed you 𝗏𝗏𝗡, Phantom, all these other ones, they've got some room to breathe still before they get to their rejection areas. So don't assume now the downside is over because we're green for a day or whatever. Remember, these things are pushing into trend resistance and things like that, where you could potentially look to exit your positions there. And then again, if we break trends and we retest, then it's game on. Then the bulls are back and we're firing up those trades. But until then, we just need to be a little bit more patient. Guys, let's do a couple more. I'm having so much fun here. BLZ,
me too.
That's a request earlier. We've got support here at 0.225. And what do we have for BLZ? We've got the 50-day MA coming up the rear there, and so 0.2 is quite a hot zone, and 0.225. So these are my main supports. I wouldn't want to say it's breaking trend. I don't want to get anyone too hyped here. But just keep this on your watch list. This is the 12-hour. So, keep your eyes on this for now. We could have some action here. It has been moving all day again, so don't be disappointed if it slows down. It's already done 14% since it fell over, so just careful there. Watch us. Fetch. Let's look at Fetch. Okay, yeah. So bigger picture Fetch. This is the daily on Fetch again. We might have finally reclaimed this region that was a bit of trouble for us the last couple of days. I mean, they totally dumped us through there. So I would look for support 0.49. If that 0.49 region is going to hold now for Fetch, then I think we're away. Then I think we're good to go. So we really want to reclaim this area here. You can see this resistance zone over there, and yeah, 0.49. If that's going to hold the support, then things might be nice for Fetch. Otherwise, it's a long way down. You're drifting down to 0.34. All the downside there. Dan wants to know name of the tune playing. Well, the tune playing is mixed by David Deer. He's one of the traders in the Sniper Club. He's part of the Sniper team, and he does DJ vibes by night, and he trades by day. So if you like the tune, well, give us a thumbs up. He occasionally mixes new ones for us, so we will be changing it from time to time. Tao. Okay, so Bruce, there's a request for something called MAGA, MAGA. You want to look at that one for us? I'm gonna look at this tower, see where we are.
MAGA looks like it's just available on Uniswap or something. It's a wrapped ETH token.
Okay.
Not an exchange.
So not as much fun. This is Tao that I've got in front of me. So this is on MEXC. I think you can get on MEXC or BitGet. So either one of those exchanges. If you don't have one of those accounts, you can grab a link in the description. Same for LITT and those tokens that we were talking about yesterday. A lot of them are BitGet or MEXC. So take a look on those exchanges there. So right now it looks like it wants to come down a little bit. And that's looking head and shouldery to me a little bit on the 4 hour here. So this is how I'm seeing it at the moment. I'm seeing a little bit of a head and shoulders brewing here. Sorry, my pen is not working here on my chart. Okay, they're not giving me my pen on TradingView, but you can see the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. So the first stop for me is 210. That's what you're going to be looking for first stop. And then if this head and shoulders are going to play out, you're going to be looking at 178, give or take. So yeah, right now it looks a little bit bearish. You can see they're not letting me draw on my TradingView here, but you can see we've lost the trend. Yeah, potential downside coming there. Unwind Your Mind really wants to look at FTT. Let's do an update on FTT. Bruce, let's get you onto something here. Looks Rare, that's a good one. And Blur, please look at Blur. That's been ripping.
Blur,
Blur's been pumping.
Blur.
Yeah, Alex likes 178 on Tao. He says he wants to fill that gap there. So yeah, that could play out. Okay, FTT, no one knows why this thing pumps. Maybe just the hope that they're going to reinvigorate FTX. But again, would that token be worth anything? Would it be usable? Who knows? So again, it's all just a speculative stuff. Okay, and this is where we were trading it the other day. We were over here, 2.1, 2.2. That is our area where we started getting involved in that thing. And now it's ripping again today. So yeah, I mean, I suppose it makes sense. Some FUD about Binance, and then people might want to be looking at other exchange tokens, OKX, those type of things, if they even have a token. Here's FTT. So support 3.77. 3.77 is support. It's decent support. These are 4 hour candles. They've been banging into this for quite some time. So eyes on that now. If we do get that pullback, you know the drill. You could get a buy-in over there. If you're buying now, you're taking the risk of that downside all the way down to 3.7. So before you potentially get a bounce. So just be aware of that. Okay, Bruce, do you have that chart there?
I do.
Okay, your screen is hot. Wow. What is this?
So
is
yeah,
this Blur
took off. I was tracking that channel before. It retraced back to a support area and then just blew out the hell. It is about 12% from this really clear resistance area, actually about 10%. But check this out. Notice that there is, it's already well into the, I'm on the daily, by the way. It's already well into the red cloud there, the rejection cloud on LuxAlgo. So expect, and you can already see it. It's already rejecting kind of clearly. And also take note of the fact that we've got a pretty big order block that's exactly at that area. So what looks like is happening right now is it's trying to push up into that area, meeting a lot of shorts, a lot of resistance. You can see from the red bar on LuxAlgo that the shorts are working really, really hard to push this down. So what I would wait for right now, if you're going to watch this, is I'm doing this in real time, is pull a fib, assume this is the high, that there be some kind of flag, some kind of pullback into the 382 maybe. And actually the 382 looks good. Hold on. I'll show you why. Right, you got that high right there. I'm going to zoom in a second. So if you look at this, that notice that the high right here, let me get my drawing thing working. You see the high right there, right? Corresponds, assuming this is the high right there, that's the 382. So hopefully this thing pulls back and it pulls into that 382 range right there, creates a bull flag. You then have a potential for it to try and pull another 20% back up to that resistance area. So that actually looks kind of interesting, but you got to be patient.
Yeah, and blue is a token for NFT exchange. So you know, if that NFT market starts pumping, I am correct. That is an NFT token.
I think so.
So if NFT starts picking up, that's where you need to be. You need to follow. Looks Rare, I think, as well is one of them, isn't it?
Yeah,
another token. Quickly, guys, I do have 2 more for you. I've got Ray. How many likes do we have now?
650.
Guys, come on, 50 likes. I'm going to bang out 2 more charts for you. One of them is Lido. One of them is.
I want Lido. I would
not Lido. Okay, fire it up. Okay, here's Lido. 15% up for the day. A lot of tokens have done 50% in the last hour. I mean, not an hour, the last, say, 20 hours or so, they've done 15%. We had a massive sell-off in the middle of the night for us, our time. But again, Lido is back at resistance. It's not its first rodeo here either. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attempts at this resistance zone. Is this the one? Is this the one that's going to break? We're going to have to wait and see. Look, I like the look of that ETH BTC. It's interesting. We know Lido is going to run with ETH. We know things like Optimism might run with ETH. Other ETH buddies you need to look at. If ETH is going to blow, guys, don't forget, you need to be involved with some of ETH's friends. And Lido is one of them. So what I'm saying here now, resistance again until proven otherwise. If we do get the pop, I quite see a 2.6 rejection. We'll get a reaction there, 2.6. But the real test is going to come when they want to give us support here. And if we get that support at Lido around about 2.45, then I think we are good. We are good for that next push up. So again, just be patient. If you're looking for longs now, you've missed the first 15% move. So just be careful out there. You're at a major resistance area. So again, you want to wait for the pop, wait for the reaction, let it reject, get your support, even dial in. If you want to confirm support on 15 minutes, do that if that works for you. Just make sure that you do see some kind of support and you don't just randomly ape in on these big resistance zones. Okay, and then space. We spoke about this the other day. This is one of these micro caps. Again, this is a high risk play. This is space, high risk play. You can buy this one on MEXC. It does look like it's flagging a little bit, but you can see these candles. There's big selling, there's big buying. It's almost undecided as to what's going on here. So guys, be very careful here. But this is one of Simon's potential 20x tokens, but this is for spot buyers only. And this is on MEXC. So if you want to buy this on MEXC, there is a link in the description and you can grab a MEXC link. There are some trading bonuses that they are offering on MEXC. So grab that link in the description. Okay,
I picked up some space yesterday.
yeah, I think it's these 20x's and 30x's. I think it's things we need in our lives. Bruce, thanks for helping. Ray, thanks for helping.
All mine as always. Ray, cool.
So guys, remember, again, market is undecided. We've had a couple of bullish candles now over the last 20 hours or so. But again, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We need to understand there is resistance ahead, and we're going level by level here and area by area. And if we are in a downtrend on a lot of these alts, which we are, don't be surprised if we do reject and we do head a little bit lower and start testing lower levels. So again, check out these levels I've given you on these charts, these FTM, Render, Sol, Matic, all these guys. Look at those areas, set your limit orders. You never know, if you do get that wick down and you're not at the charts, you might get your buy opportunity in there for you. And again, trade safe. I'm going to be back here tomorrow. We're going to be doing the same thing. If this market's ripping, well, we're going to be ripping this with you. We're going to be looking at these 15-minute candles if things are bullish. And if they're bearish, well, we've prepared. We've done our homework, and we know our areas that we're going to look for. So if things do turn over tomorrow and we are dipping lower, I'm going to bring up more charts with more of these solid entry zones for you so that you can plan and prepare things. And if not, you know what? We're going to rip these 15-minute guys and we're going to pump the shit out of these things if it's popping later. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.